Even when I'm down, even when I'm in tears, I truly believe that every single L, every single ounce of pain, every single negative experience or emotion is actually there to be a blessing in my life, to uncover or to teach me something that I need to know to take with me upon my journey and use it in some capacity to better my life, to better someone else. It still is possible, and it still is your calling. And if it aligns with your soul, if it aligns with your purpose, if it aligns with your heart's desires, then it's for you. Keep going. Hey everyone, welcome back to Just Like Magic with Julia. I am just stopping by today to start a new series called Notes to My Future Self. This series is actually notes to our future self about everything that we're going to look back on and realize that we accomplished and got through. And today we are talking about how the most successful people even have times of wanting to stop. We are talking about the need to keep on going, even when you feel like you don't want to anymore, even when you feel like you don't know what's going to happen, that you're impatient, that you just feel like maybe this isn't for me. In the face of adversity, you have to be resilient and you have to keep going. I actually really would love to incorporate some more poetry into this channel to make it feel a lot more holistic and just relatable. So I wrote a poem that I think sums everything all up for today. And before I start this video, I want to share it with you right here on this part of the screen. So this is the weekly poem that I will be sharing with you all for today's video. So let's get into it. So the reason why I actually thought that this would be the perfect video to start this series is because today, April 30th, 2025, is the 8th anniversary of my cousin Tyler's passing. And usually around this time of the year, I really reflect on how much things have changed, how much I miss him, how much I wish he was here. And every year on this day, I really remember this turning point where I felt like his passing really opened my eyes to how precious life is, to how short life is. And because of that, I really started to dream bigger. I always was someone who knew what I wanted to do for my career. I knew what job I wanted, but I never really dreamt big until my cousin passed away because I realized how precious and short life actually is. And I remember being on the plane going to my cousin's funeral and really just thinking about how we waste so much time thinking and feeling sad or negative about things that don't go our way, or thinking about how other people think of us and internalizing those thoughts and really taking it personally. We waste so much time making assumptions and spending time on things or on people that don't actually feel right to us. And I remember 8 years ago on that plane, I really vowed to myself that from that day forward, I was going to really dream big and use the pain that I felt from my cousin's passing to always be a reminder that I need to do what my heart desires, what I feel spiritually aligns with, what I feel is being called of me. I think so many times we have these big dreams and we can get intimidated by them, right? Especially when you're starting from humble beginnings. And at the time, I really was. Um, and when you think about where you want to be and you take a look around at where you're currently at, it can almost feel extremely discouraging or impossible in some cases to even dream that dream, because that takes courage to even think that you could be somewhere way bigger down the line. For such a long time, I was scared to dream bigger. I didn't really want to do what I felt was being called of me on a grand scale. I wanted to play it safe. I wanted to stay in my comfort zone. But I could not ignore my soul's desire, my heart's desire any longer after seeing someone who was so young, who I loved so dearly, not be here physically anymore with us. And that was and forever will be my turning point in life. And every year on April 30th, this is a reminder of that to me. So I came on here today to not only share that story with you, but to also talk about what happens when you have this big dream and you feel like life can just be really overwhelming. Maybe you've taken some strides towards it, maybe you haven't, right? Maybe you're super close to where you want to be, but it's just that final home stretch is getting to you. Wherever you are on your own journey towards your dreams, towards your goals, we all have feelings, we all have moments where we just want to stop, right? Where things kind of get too much for us. And I was talking to a friend the other day and I told her, just because you have dreams, just because you're protected, just because you have goals, right, and you're aligned, doesn't mean that you're exempt from the pain of life. And the truth is, we all have days where we feel overwhelmed by doubt, by sadness, by fear, by anxiety, by depression, by frustration, annoyance. I can go on. And we all have moments where we're going through heartbreak or loss. But the thing is, those are all feelings at the end of the day. And the thing about dreams is that they are actually not destinations like we think or see in our heads, right? It's not like, oh, I'm going to get to this place in my life where I achieve X, Y, and Z, and everything is just going to disappear, and I'm just going to be a new person and all my pain is going to dissolve. No, that's not reality, right? But that's a good thing, because while your goals, while your dreams won't take away human experience, which is compiled up of all of this beautiful, crazy chaos and miracle, that means what you're going through right now of feeling doubt, of feeling fear, of feeling anxiety is temporary and will pass. And it doesn't mean that your dreams are not happening. It doesn't mean that your dreams are not getting closer. It doesn't mean that all of the hard work that you've been doing is for nothing. It doesn't mean that the discouragement that you're facing right now is true and actually indicative of something more than what it just feels like it is. Feelings are not actually true, they are temporary. Do not ever let your emotions that are temporary determine permanent outcomes about yourself. Don't ever let temporary emotions affect or impact you making permanent decisions for yourself. I want you to understand that every single successful person that you know, every winner that you know, in no matter what industry you're in, whether it's YouTube, content creation, whether it's music, acting, whether it's being a lawyer, being a doctor, a nurse, no matter who you look to and think of as successful, that person who has achieved the same goals that you're going after or the same or similar dream, right, has had hard days where they've felt doubt, where they've felt discouragement, where they felt fear, but they do not stop. And that's a blessing. They are living proof that you can still be a human, you can still experience negative emotions or emotions in general. Feel your feelings, but don't let them actually determine anything about you or your dreams. Every single person on this earth, every winner you know, has bad days. Days where they want to stop, days where they cry, days where they even sit in bed and watch Netflix over and over and over and binge watch their favorite show. Days where they wake up and maybe give 60% because they can't find it within them to give 100 that day. Okay? Wherever you are on your journey, I want you to know that you're right where you're meant to be. And you have it within you to pick up and use any sort of pain that you're feeling right now to continue to carry on with you and fuel you. Because guess what? If you're feeling some type of pain right now, that just means that you're in a season of your life where you need to figure out what that pain resembles to help and uncover it so that you can use it as a valuable lesson to level up. Literally, I truly believe, even when I'm down, even when I'm in tears, I truly believe that every single L, every single ounce of pain, every single negative experience or emotion is actually there to be a blessing in my life, to uncover or to teach me something that I need to know to take with me upon my journey and use it in some capacity to better my life, to better someone else. Every L is a blessing, even if it doesn't feel like it right now. Even if you want to throw something at your TV screen or phone screen while you hear me say that because you feel like I don't understand. I promise you I do. I felt so much pain in my life. I felt pain from breakups. I felt pain from physical loss of people who I loved. I felt pain from hearing people who I've put on such high pedestals break me down with their words. But I promise you, once you realize that everything is within you, you have so much power within you. No one gets to determine your worth but you. And if you're going through something, I want you to get help. If you feel like it's too much, if you feel like you can't do it by yourself, I understand that feeling. Get help. There are people out there who will help you, whether it's a mentor, a pastor, someone in affiliated with your spiritual or religious group, a therapist. There are so many ways to get help, but you are not alone. As humans, we often get sidetracked. We think if something isn't playing out to every single detail, we've accumulated it to look like in our minds, it's not going the way that we want it to. And even if it's not going the way that we want it to, guess what? We can't control every little thing, but it doesn't mean that the detour that we're taking still won't take us to our destination of our dreams. Just because our destination of our dreams isn't an actual destination that's going to change everything for us, it still is possible. And it still is your calling. And if it aligns with your soul, if it aligns with your purpose, if it aligns with your heart's desires, then it's for you. Keep going, okay? You are going to watch this video one day and be like, damn, I remember when I first saw it and I was going through X, Y, and Z, but then I pushed through it and I made it, and look at where I am now. I'm proclaiming that for you. I'm prophesying it for you, for me, for everyone who sees this video, because we are going to get through it. We're going to overcome, and we're going to be so much better and bigger than we even can imagine, because God, the universe, anything that you believe in will do it for us, okay? I promise you. So yes, this is Notes to My Future Self, the series for all of the gems. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any topic that you want to see me talk about, let me know. I'll see you all soon. Bye.